Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman Lois Season 4. Today we're going to be talking about the new photos for Episode 2, which is going to be coming out on the same night as the premiere. It's going to be a 2-hour premiere episode, so if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so we got the photos to break down for episode 2 titled A World Without, which is obviously a reference to Superman being dead, and then we also have the synopsis for episode 3. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm going to watch these episodes in the next couple of days, so I will have my review and breakdown out straight away after the episodes come out, so make sure on October 7th when you watch it, check back in right after the episode ends to my channel and you'll get my review and breakdown for episode 1 and 2 because it's combined together, so it'll be a 2-hour premiere as I said, and episode 3 will be the week afterwards. So really looking forward to all of that. Hopefully you guys are too. But first things first, let's go ahead and break down the photos for episode 2 of season 4. Now I'm reading off of Krypton's site. I'll read the synopsis first and then we'll get into the photos, and I'll leave a link in the description below to Krypton site's articles that I'm reading in this video. So the episode, as I said, is titled A World Without. It's coming out on October 7th, right after the season premiere, and this is how the synopsis goes. Lana and Sarah join the fight against Luthor, who starts to make moves in Smallville. Jordan and Jonathan butt heads over an important decision. So just quickly to break that down, that means Lana and Sarah are getting involved in the fight against Luthor. Obviously we saw in the trailer recently that Lana is going to be targeted, presumably by one of Lex's goons for hire, I guess. Someone is going to attack her, and that I think is going to involve Lana and Sarah getting involved in trying to take down Lex, who has just made moves in Smallville because he's literally just moved there as well. So he is, you know, sticking his hand in everything. He is trying to really grab a hold of Smallville and get under Lois's skin. And meanwhile, Jordan and Jonathan are going to be butting heads in this episode, presumably over Jordan being quite brash and wanting to stop Lex himself. So let's go ahead and break down the photos. So the first photo of 5 that we have is inside the Kent family home. Lois is here with quite a sad face. You got Jonathan in the background, and I think this is actually Lana. I don't know what exactly is going on here, but this could be after the point that Lana and Sarah are attacked in their house, and maybe they go to the Kents for help because they know that obviously Lex has a vendetta against Lois, and that's probably the first person you go to. And so I think the facial expression on Bitsy's face says, yes, Lana's just told them about that. Okay, so moving on to the next photo. This photo is of Jonathan. He is extremely mad. Look at this. He is pulling a very serious face as he presumably talks to maybe Jordan. I don't know who's next to him, but you can see a shoulder. This is again in the house, so it could be anything. It could be right away after that, after they've just come in, and maybe Lana and Sarah are talking about the attack that's just happened, and it also could be to do with Jordan as well. So let's move on to the next photo. This photo is of Lois, and she is extremely emotional. You can see it in her face. She's got almost tears in her eyes, or you can see it kind of rolling down on the side of her cheek. So yeah, this is going to be extremely emotional. Obviously they'll probably talk about the death of Superman, and they'll also talk about presumably Lana getting attacked, as I said multiple times already. And this is just a great photo. I mean, this is what you want to see because we know the stakes are going to be extremely high, and I think this almost represents that as well. Okay, so the following photo, again, as I said, Lana and Sarah heavily involved in this episode. They go to the Kent farm. This is the reverse shot, and it seems like they are seeking advice and also coming to comfort obviously the Kents because they're extremely distraught. They're still grieving about the death of their father and obviously Lois's husband. Okay, so moving on to the final photo of this video, and this is inside the kitchen, and they are sitting in the dining table and they're just like drinking tea or something like that, and they're deep in conversation, that being Lana and also Lois. So it seems, if I'm going to make a presumption, this episode is probably going to be split into 2. Potentially get some flashbacks. We know that Tyler's going to in every episode, so that's probably going to take up maybe like 10 minutes of the episode or like 5 minutes or something like that. and the chunk of the episode is going to be focused around Lois, Lana, and Sarah, and then I think you have the Jonathan and Jordan storyline going on, plus you would have Lex Luthor as well. I don't know how involved Lex is in the first couple of episodes. Presumably episode 1 he's going to have a big say. Not sure about episode 2, but as I said, this is going to be airing back to back, so you literally don't have to wait at all to see how the next episode starts. Now let's move on to the episode 3 synopsis. I haven't read this out yet to you guys in any videos. This came out 2 days ago. It's for the episode titled Always Be My Hero, airing on October 14th, so that'll be a week after the season premiere, which is obviously the 2-hour premiere. And this episode is going to see the return of Natalie and John Henry Irons. I don't know if they're in episode 1 as well. Maybe there is a chance they will be, but this is going to be a big episode that's going to be focused around them. So this is the synopsis for episode 3. Reeling from failure, Jordan begins to spiral, while Jonathan discovers newfound strength. General Lane recruits John Henry and Natalie Irons to the DoD before making a choice that will change everything. So this is a really intriguing synopsis, because I think this teases a lot more than we actually know, and this also clarifies, like for instance, General Lane, he's not dead by this point. I don't know where that footage is from, right? But you presume that's the start of the season in episode 1 or episode 2 where he gets kicked into the grave. So you can presume from this synopsis, potentially he's been saved by Lois, who we know is going to be trying to save her father, who is in a very dire situation as we pick up into the new season. And so he's going to be recruiting John Henry and Natalie to work for the DoD as they try and take down Lex. So it seems he is alive and well in episode 3. Presumably he could die in this episode or next episode, and he's going to be making a choice that will change everything. Now I don't know if this means he's sacrificing himself and that's where he's going to die, because that is my presumption right now. Again, I don't have the official confirmation of exactly his story this season, so we are all presuming he's going to die at one point, because we've seen multiple funeral scenes being shot behind the scenes, and General Lane wasn't there during those final episodes when they were filming. And so let's go back to what they said at the start of the synopsis. So reeling from failure, which is in regards to Jordan failing to stop Lex, because he does go and confront Lex in the first 2 episodes. I don't know exactly what point, but it's clearly a failure. He does it, he gets struck down by Lex's men. We've seen in the trailer that they use kryptonite laser beams or something like that, and he is presumably absolutely wiped out, and he will probably have to be saved by like John Henry Irons or someone else, and he begins to spiral in this episode. I don't know exactly what it means by him beginning to spiral. Like, is he going to be more motivated to try and stop Lex? Is he going to work on his powers? Is he going to become a better hero? Or is he going to be brash and do stupid things that he's going to regret later, and it's going to be dangerous for himself? You guys let me know, what do you think in the comments down below. But the final part that's really intriguing is that Jonathan discovers newfound strength. Now, obviously our minds instantly pop to, has Jonathan got powers? Is this what they're saying here? Like, can we read into this that he's getting powers? Or is it newfound strength in a different way? Is it he's found a way to actually work with, say, Kyle, who he's working with at the fire department? Is he able to help out Smallville in a new way? And is that the strength that they're talking about? I would say that's more likely than Jonathan suddenly getting powers, although obviously our brains straight away go to that, because we've been speculating for years with him being half Kryptonian. Surely he's got some dormant powers within inside of himself, because I don't think he is just human, you know, he's not just human biologically, so surely he could get powers at some point, but maybe it's just not in this season. Maybe they would have done that in the later season. We know that they were planning to go up to like season 7, but that obviously isn't a thing anymore because this is the final season, and I think you really have to focus on Jordan this season, making him into a fully fledged Superboy who is worthy of being his father's successor eventually as Superman. And I don't think you have time to get into giving Jonathan powers for the first time. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. As I said, we got lots of Superman Lois content coming up. It's premiering very soon, October 7th, so be there. I'll have my review and breakdown out after that episode comes out, and we'll have a trailer breakdown for episode 3 as well. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.